I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share it with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars ain't...
What's good? We're going to get into Saturday night's main event from July the 18th, 2026. This was a very boring and bland show. Didn't really too much care about this show. If you didn't watch this show, you didn't miss anything. Nothing really happened. I wish that WWE wouldn't even do Saturday night's main event because it's always been kind of weak. And I get they want to harp back on what they used to do back in the 80s and 90s, but now it's just not worth it, right? Like nothing of note happened on this show, right? It was cool to see Fatal Influence win the tag team championships, but that was predictable. We already knew that was going to happen. We knew they were going to do some shenanigans with Danhausen and JD McDonough, so who cares about that? Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, that was pretty okay what they did. You know, I actually enjoyed that a little bit. The main event segment to close the show was just awful. We knew that Nick Aldis was going to return anyway and cost Gunther. Well, I knew that anyway. So, you know, like this show was 99.9% predictable. And it's not good. It's just not good. I mean, SummerSlam's in 2 weeks. They have yet to move those 7,000 tickets that they have left for, I believe it's night 1 or night 2. They're only able to move 700 tickets. And this is being reported by WrestleTix. So we got 2 weeks left and they haven't really moved much of anything. Why? Because the product is shit. The product sucks. It's absolutely awful. They didn't have a problem selling out venues and shows 2 years ago or even last year. But now this year, the chickens have come home to roost, and that's just what it is, you know. And I keep trying to tell people that the reason why you see so many people attending these shows less is because the tickets are sky high. The people who are going to these shows are not actual everyday people. Like, these people are people who have jobs in tech or who are in the medical field, like people who are like doctors and surgeons and all that. You probably have judges that attend and stuff like that, or people who just do very, very well money-wise. You may see a few regular people at these shows, but for the most part at these shows, you're going to see people who have mad money to burn. And this was no different. I mean, but hey, it is what it is. But Saturday night's main event just wasn't really a good show. Let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's kick things off with the pre-show. I didn't really even watch that at all. Trick Williams ended up defeating Laredo Kid. It was a short match. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 minutes or whatever. He wins via the trick shot, so, you know, there's that. All right, moving on from that, Stephanie McMahon, she had a in-ring interview with Oba Femi. She asked him about SummerSlam. Oba says that the score is 1-1. Oba says that his last outing with Brock Lesnar didn't go in his favor. Oba says he claims to be miles ahead of Brock in the mental game. However, he lives in his head, quote unquote. And then that was it. So, whatever. It's not really all that important. Whatever. That's fine, I guess. Moving on, we kicked the show off with the first match of the night. Fatal Influence defeats Paige and Brie Bella to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. This match was fine, but it felt like something that would have taken place on SmackDown or even Raw, if we're being honest. So Laney Reed got the win via roll-up. So Jacy Jayne got involved towards the end of the match and everything else. And that's how they won. This is fine, I guess. Again, it sucks that Jacy did not win her qualifying match on SmackDown. She lost the night previous. She lost her match, so she is not going to be a part of SummerSlam, basically. But such is life. But Fatal Influence winning is the right decision. It seems like they're probably going to end up doing a rematch, probably on Raw or SmackDown. It doesn't really matter. And then after that, I could see Triple H trying to revive and resuscitate Paige and maybe give her a singles run. I don't know who he would feud her with, but I guess he'll find someone, I guess. I don't fucking know. But this match was okay here. All right, moving on from that. This leads us into Sami Zayn. He's backstage with Kathy Kelly. Sami says that he'll choose his words wisely because he doesn't want to say he's a victim. Sami Zayn says that he had to bash his head in against the glass ceiling for 13 years just to hold the world title. But CM Punk and Cody Rhodes just a win, and they're in the title picture. He was told by Gunther that he wasn't on his level. So Gunther shows up. Gunther tells Sami Zayn to stay out of his way and don't ruin things for him. And don't ruin SummerSlam for him. Okay, whatever. This is fine, I guess. Moving on from that. Danhausen defeats JD McDonough in a no DQ match. Who really cares? Cat, he showed up in the middle of this. Carl Anthony, whatever his last name is. So he showed up, and the crowd went wild and popped massively for this. I didn't watch it, didn't really care. Whatever. Who gives a shit? So, Cat ended up chokeslamming Dominic through the table. And then, Danhausen got the win via the Triple D for the win. Who really cares about this? This is just something for the New York crowd because they're in Madison Square Garden. I feel bad for anybody who went to that show. I mean, it's just, this was utter shit. They didn't even try here. They didn't even try. Like, this was probably the weakest Saturday Night's Main Event they've produced in quite some time. There have been better ones than this, and they didn't even try here. I'm like, damn, like, they're in their own backyard, and they're just putting on shit shows. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. But whatever, man. Moving on, this leads us into Lyra Valkyria. She was backstage looking disheveled. She was being interviewed by Kathy Kelly. Lyra says the last time she was in this building, she was competing for the women's tag team championships. And now she doesn't know if she can be that person she used to be. Lyra says she'll get Bayley out of her head once and for all. Okay, that's fine. This leads us into Lyra Valkyria defeating Bayley. This match was actually pretty decent. There was blood involved. Bayley ended up decking Lyra with, I believe it was her right elbow, and then Lyra got a busted up nose, which was fucking great. The referee ended up bringing in a towel and gloves and trying to wipe some of it off of some of the blood off of Lyra. And the match continued, which was fine. Bayley continued to fight back and get the upper hand for a little bit. And then Lyra ended up getting the win via a bulldog choke. So I guess she was watching some of the Death Rider stuff over on Dynamite. So she was watching some of, Jon Moxley's matches more than likely, which was great. She ended up going for the Nightwing. She was going to do that, but she changed her mind. So I did like that. Lyra just started talking to herself post-match. She ends up throwing Bayley out the ring, kicking her and punching her in the face and everything. Then she throws her into the steel steps. Then she ends up hitting the Nightwing on the steel steps, and she does the submission again that she did to win the match. This is fun. I actually do like this. This was great. This got a really good reaction from the crowd, and I'm fine with this. I really am. I like where this is going. We're getting to see a really darker side of Lyra, which is what I'm here for. I like it. Hopefully she can pull this heel gimmick off, and it seems like it's gonna work. And her theme song isn't too bad either. It's just like her old theme song, but reversed a little bit, and she still got kind of a reaction, like the woos and stuff. Like the woos when she was regular Bird Girl. But it is what it is. But this is fun. I actually do like this. We'll more than likely get a rematch at SummerSlam. Probably maybe like a Falls Count Anywhere or something like that or whatever. Or maybe a submission match or something like that. Some type of stipulation to kind of end their feud. I would love for Lyra to go after the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's IC title. I think that would be great for her. So maybe that will be next in her horizon once she's done feuding with Bayley. Moving on from that, this leads us into CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. They're backstage talking to Kathy Kelly. Cody Rhodes says that he's been waiting for this dream match with CM Punk, and he'll win number 4. But tonight, they're best friends. CM Punk says he considers Cody his best friend, and he'll watch his back tonight. But at SummerSlam, Cody will be on his back, and then they continue to bicker who's going to go out first. Punk says that the champions always go out second. Main event of the evening, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, they defeat Gunther and Sami Zayn. This match was fine here. I actually like this. This was actually pretty well done. CM Punk got his ass kicked at the first 10 minutes of the match, so Gunther ends up like chopping the shit out of him, and he threw him over the timekeeper's area, which is pretty cool. So Cody went out to throw Punk back in the ring and continue the match. There was one spot in the match where all 4 guys were down. Cody ended up spamming the Cody Cutter as per usual. He did like 3 or 4 of those in this match, which is fucking insane. Gunther did Gunther things, so chops, power bombs, sleeper holds, the usual. Sami Zayn did Sami Zayn stuff and everything else. So towards the end of the match, there was a ref bump. Gunther started cleaning house, taking out both Punk and Rhodes. So Gunther ends up bringing in the WWE Championship. He ends up clocking Cody Rhodes with it. He is about to go. He goes for the powerbomb. He hits it. Another referee's going to come down and count to 3. Nick Aldis shows up. He pulls the referee out. He clocks Gunther in the face with the title. And then Punk hits the GTS on Gunther. And then Punk throws Cody on top of Gunther. And they get the pin and they get the win. So that makes sense. This is perfect. I predicted that this would happen anyway. This is fine. I'm a fan of this because this makes perfect sense. And this means that we are getting a one-on-one match with Punk and Cody. And then more than likely Sami Zayn will be added for a triple threat, because he's still going to complain and give his grievances on Friday for SmackDown, which he should. And we are going to get Gunther and Nick Aldis at SummerSlam. So that's fine there. So good stuff overall. So the main event of the evening, Jalen Bronson and Roman Reigns, they just have a little chat and everything else. Roman puts over Jalen and all that, and puts over New York and everything else, calls him the King of New York. So you know, then Tyreek Halliburton comes out and everything else. I mean, yeah, Tyrese Halliburton comes out to Seth Rollins' music. Seth Rollins shows up. Him and Roman, they have a little mini brawl for a second. And then Roman's able to do a Superman punch. And then Roman spears Rollins, throws him over the top rope. And him and Jalen Bronson, they stand tall. And then Roman tells New York to acknowledge both Jalen and him. And then that was it. So there's that. Not much really happened on that end. Who really cares? I forgot to mention, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes had some words post Saturday Night's Main Event. Jackie Redmond was trying to have an interview with CM Punk, and they ended up arguing and cussing each other out and everything. They had to be separated by producers Bobby Roode and Petey Williams and a couple of other guys. So they're trying to build some heat for Cody and CM Punk, but it's not really going to matter because we know it's going to be a triple threat match. So why even do that? Why even do something like that, knowing that Sami Zayn is going to more than likely show up on SmackDown and beg Nick Aldis to make it a triple threat because Sami still owed his rematch. So why would they even do something like that? But I guess it's fine. It really doesn't matter. All in all, Saturday Night's Main Event was basically a waste of time, really. Fatal Influence winning, that makes perfect sense. It just sucks that Jacy Jayne will not qualify for the women's ladder match at SummerSlam. That's dumb, but it is what it is. That's just life. Lyra and Bayley, that match was pretty decent. I like what they did there. Their feud is going to continue more than likely, which we should be getting probably either like a Falls Count Anywhere or maybe a last woman standing match or an I Quit match or something of that nature. So I'm looking forward to that and see how that unfolds. I didn't care about the whole Danhausen stuff. I get it. You know, it's in New York. It's in the home of the Knicks and all that jazz. Who really cares? The tag main event, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Gunther and Sami Zayn, that was fine. Nick Aldis showing up was predictable, so there's that. Whatever, who really cares? But I did like him showing up, that being Nick Aldis. So now we need to know, is it going to be on night one's card or night two's card of SummerSlam? Probably night two, more than likely. Well, no, that'll probably be like night one. I would, if it were me, that would be night one. So that's what I would do. The actual main event, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Jalen Bronson, Tyrese Halliburton, that didn't need to even occur at all. That was just a fucking waste of time. That was so damn dumb. So stupid. So stupid. But all in all, the show was boring and bland. But what did you guys think? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.